Hello everyone, this is Pawfect and welcome back to my Stardew Valley 1.1 Wilderness Walkthrough Let's Play series on the Wilderness map. Day 16, Year 2 of Spring now. So in the last episode we did a fair bit of work upgrading this house. That episode's not actually out yet, so I'm curious to know what people think about the new design. I actually quite like this. It's been a couple of days since I've played Stardew Valley, and I'm having a look at it again. I'm actually quite pleased. I think this looks pretty good. We definitely still need to work on this room, and maybe a little tweaks to this one as well. It looks a little bit busy. Maybe we'll move the table back one or something like that. Let's say hi to Lily. How you going, Lily? But I think it's not too bad. We will move these kegs relatively soon, but we need to wait for them to finish. So I am quite pleased with how it's turned out. I think that there could certainly be a little bit more tweaks. When we free up this space, we'll probably put some plants or something like that down there. I'm still not entirely sure what to do with this space. This is going to annoy me, I think. It's always going to annoy me. I wish that this could be just one block longer. I suppose then we'd have to move the couch back as well, and that would be in the walkway. So maybe it's not too bad, that one block. And I think this works. I don't quite like the bookcase, but anyway, it'll do. It'll do. It looks alright in the end. It looks a bit strange from a practicality sense, but it's right. I got up early and fed all the farm animals. I hope that makes your job a little easier. Thank you, even though they're automatically fed. But, you know, it's a nice thing to feed it by hand, I suppose. And today is Tuesday, so I think what we're going to do is let's go ahead and do the normal things. We'll just quickly check the crops, make sure that we've got all the things. We got started relatively recent ago. What do we got? So there's some crops, but it looks like there's a few trees growing. So I think what I'm going to do is skip through the animals, and I'll see you back in a sec, and then we're going to place some tappers on some trees. And we're back. So I think what I'm going to do, after we sell our things, we'll put some tappers on. I think we're going to do a little bit of fishing. So I've had a quick look on the wiki as part of my little break just then. Oh, geez, we've got another 2 rabbit's feet as well. That's just doing very lucky in the rabbit's feet department. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a little bit of fishing because there's a few fish we haven't actually caught yet. So I'm going to try to do that. And the next one we're going to be tackling is the scorpion carp, which apparently you can catch in all seasons in the desert from 6 AM to 10 PM. So we're going to be trying to catch the scorpion carp fish today. But in the meantime, where did I put all those tappers? They were in here somewhere. Yep, there we go. So I don't know whether or not we'll be able to use them all, but let's just see how many we can get. Because I think quite a few of our trees are probably grown now, and we are going to start needing these resources again. Yeah, so there's quite a few. So there's a couple of maple. Come on, please. Please. Another maple. There's an oak. So pine. We probably don't need too much pine. I think mostly we're going to need oak still. But yep, there's a few extra tappers. So this is gonna. They should start to grow quite quickly now. I think any tree I see that doesn't have a tapper on it, I'm just gonna chuck a tapper on it. So hopefully this doesn't take too long, because I do want to get to the desert relatively soon. I think these are probably the last. Maybe this is the last one. There might be some over here, but we'll swing past. We should probably grab these two actually while we're here. I'm not going to bother with the fruit because that can. I'll get an extra one tomorrow, and won't miss out on that. So let's. Oh, there's also some coffee. Ah, too many items. Too many items. Okay, so let's put our coffee away because I don't want to. I don't want to sell it just yet because we can use those in kegs, I think, and start making actual coffee. Look, there's probably some other items to put away, but because we're fishing just in that single place, I don't think it's going to matter too much. So apparently we can fish here until 10, and I think we've got one of those before. But hopefully we won't be fishing that long. And I think after we're done there, I'm going to go, if we've got time at least, we're going to go down to the ocean and grab all of our crab pots or lobster pots or whatever they are, and relocate them into freshwater, because there's a few items in the freshwater. Geez, that's a big cast. In the freshwater that we still need as well, from a collectible perspective. So we're gonna try to do that as well. We've got a fair bit of bait as well, so we should be fine. Now I'm hoping that this will not take too long. I'm not going to skip through. I know this might be it here. Or maybe it's just the stonefish or whatever it is. If we get it first time, that would be brilliant. Sandfish. Okay, so that we can get sandfish in here and apparently scorpion carp. It does say till 10 PM. And it should be more difficult than that one. So I think we should pretty know straight away whether or not we've got the fish. I would suggest this probably isn't it, but maybe it is. It's starting a little bit. No, it's just a sandfish. Okay, so the other thing, while I'm doing some fishing, I want to have a bit of a chat about my channel. So obviously I've been on a bit of a break, well, for a few months, which is tragic, and I'm hoping never to do that again. So what I'm sort of planning to do, and I've sort of been implementing so far, is every second day I want to release an episode. So, but at the moment I'm alternating between Minecraft. Oh, this looks like the fish. I'm gonna have to concentrate. Between Minecraft and Stardew Valley, and I want to continue that for as long as I can. So at the moment I'm going to continue with that with my Sky Factory series, and so every second day you should see a Sky Factory series. I better concentrate because this is going to take a bit of time. Oh, let me just catch this fish. Come on, so close. Please don't lose it. Please don't lose it. Just stay still for a second. There we go. And there's the scorpion carp. Okay, so now we can go back to the farm, or back to the beach and relocate. Actually, no, before I do that, let's grab this worm. Might be another artifact. No, it's not. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have a Stardew Valley episode out every 4 days and a Minecraft episode out every 2 days. So I'm looking to finish, have probably 15 to 20 episodes on my Sky Factory series, about that sort of time frame. And then I'm going to move, hopefully, to a vanilla Minecraft series. And I've got some news about that, but I'm not going to mention it just here. I'm looking to join an interesting server with a good community, so I'm hoping that I can get some good builds with lots of different people going. But there'll be more on that in the future. But specific to Stardew Valley, what I'm wondering is whether or not, and I'm curious for people's feedback here, and actually I should probably be grabbing the crab pots as well, is whether or not you're interested in me starting a new series. So basically starting back from day one, or would you rather me just continue on this series? And I am interested in people's feedback on this. I've been really wanting to get the multiplayer series, and I think as soon as the multiplayer comes out, I'll be starting a multiplayer series relatively, straight away, I suppose, because I'm really looking forward to that. And I think we're just going to put the pots down here. And I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm probably going to do that straight away. And that was sort of one of the reasons why I suppose I stopped playing just for a temporarily bit, because I thought that the multiplayer was not actually that far away, and I was like, oh, I'll have a bit of a break, and when the multiplayer comes out, I'll go really hard again and start enjoying that again. But I'm starting to realize it could be, it could be a month away, but it could also be, it might be 12 months away, and I'm not going to be able to just hang out and wait till the multiplayer comes out. So with that space, I'm just wondering, and I'm really open to suggestions here, if I was to start a new Stardew Valley series, I'd like to impose some challenges on myself. I'm not quite sure exactly what they are, but I'd actually be interested to hear from you guys as to whether or not there's some interesting challenges you want me to maybe try along the way. It could be things like oh, geez, I really don't know. Maybe you could only have a maximum of, 100 seeds at any one time, or, maybe I'm not allowed to fish until, week 3 or something. Just, some interesting challenges. I don't want them to be challenges that make the game really boring and really overly grindy, like, you can only chop wood and sell wood, because I don't think that'll be fun for anyone. I'll get bored, everyone else will get bored. So look, I don't want the challenges to be too taxing. I'd rather them be you know, a little more like tweaks to the game, and sort of focusing my attention to detail. Like rather than um, you know, go straight for the mines, maybe I could do some more fishing instead. You know, those sort of things. And just to test, if you're playing a different style, how do I sort of adapt and how do I play to it? So that's something else to think about. Now, you're probably wondering where I'm going. I realised one of the other fishes that I haven't caught before is the one that's in this spot, and it's the ice pip on level, or this level actually, where are we? Level 60. So hopefully we'll be able to catch one of these too. So I think this episode I'm trying to catch a few more fish, and now that we've moved our lobster or crab pots out to the river there, hopefully we'll be able to tick off a few more of those fish. Because we're going pretty well, and I want to try to tick these fish off. And I don't want to get to the end of spring and go, oh, you know, the spring fish that I haven't got, I'm going to have to wait for year 3. I don't think that's going to be a good outcome for anyone, but I think this is probably the ice pip considering how spiky it is. And we do have our trap lure, which is making it much easier because we're not losing nearly as much time. And it looks like we're probably nearly going to get him. There we are. So we've got two reasonably difficult fish right as our fishing tackle worn out. Now, what are they? What's the fishing tackle? Trap bobber. 1 copper bar, 10 sap. That's actually not too difficult. That's not too difficult at all. So let's have a quick look here at our collections. We're ticking these along pretty well. I think that's... I have a feeling that's a fall crop. That's a summer crop. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm going to have to look that up. That I'm pretty sure is ancient seed or ancient fruit. I think these are 2 extra fruit, like an orange and an apricot maybe. No, we've got an apricot. Maybe it's a peach. Orange and a peach. And these are maple syrup and oak sap. So I think we've sort of got those ones covered. And I think we've probably got these as well. So we're ticking those off reasonably well. I thought we got the ice pip. Is the ice pip? That one. What's this one? I'm going to have to look that up. But I think that's summer. These ones we're going to be getting soon. I think some of these are summer as well. And some of these are legendary fish. So hopefully we're not too far from getting all of our fish going. Alright, well maybe while we're here, I didn't think we'd actually catch both of those fish today. I thought I'd spend a lot more time fishing than we just did. But I think while we're here, we still need to kill more mobs. We finished the Duggies in a recent episode, but we still need bats, we still need slime, and we still need dust sprites. So we'll just keep plowing along and see if we can get a few of those. Another thing I want to do, and I might try this in tomorrow's episode, is we need to tick off these quests. I'm not going to go through them right now, but we are going to need to tick those off because they've been sitting there for quite a while now. That was level 50. Let's try 55. Where are the enemies? It doesn't make it easy when we need to kill lots of enemies if they don't spawn. But there's a couple. I think we need up to 500 of those. We need 1,000 slime. So I think we'll easily be able to do that by the end of year 2. I'm just more worried or interested about how much time I'll have to spend down the mine, because if I can avoid spending too much time down the mine just killing these enemies that don't really, like, I don't really need these anymore. It's an interesting fish floundering about. I don't have any items left. You know, let's just get rid of that. I don't want to see the fish just floundering around. Another thing we do need to kill is a few more skeletons, and they only really spawn, I think, level 70 to 80. So there's a few of these we still need to kill. So we've got quite a big range. We've got slimes, we've got skeletons, we've got bats, we've got dust sprites. I think we've got some of the void guys that are sort of on these lower levels. I'm not really going to do, you know, one type at one time and, you know, try to get all the void spirits and move, you know, to all the skeletons and then move to all the slimes. I'd rather sort of break it up. I get a little bit bored just farming the same thing over and over and over again. I'm happy to sort of do some farming, but I like to change it up every now and then, just to give a bit of a you know, break. Like I don't try to make too many fishing episodes in a row or too many mining episodes. Well, that's probably not true. We've done a lot of mining, so maybe I've made a little bit too many mining episodes. But I do enjoy the mines and killing the enemies in the mines as well. Yeah. So anyway, so I'd like to hear some comments on whether or not you're comfortable with, you know, my episode arrangements and, you know, having Stardew Valley every few days. The other reason why I'm looking to do an episode every 2 days rather than an episode every day is it gives me a chance to, you know, have a day off and then also prepare extra episodes. Like for instance, on a Saturday, I might make 3 episodes, and then it sort of gives me a buffer for a week. And that way, if I am really tired, at least then I've got some spare content that I can put out. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead because I want to be able to react to comments that people leave. So if for instance, you know, I make 20 episodes and then that's it for, you know, a month and a half. Anyone's comments that's telling me, oh, you should consider this or maybe try doing this, it'll be a month before I sort of get to those. So I want to be too far ahead, but normally I'm aiming to have about 1 or 2 episodes in front of where I am at the moment. So it just means that, you know, if I have a tiring few days, at least I'll still be able to publish some content. So that's the plan. Let me know if that works for you or if there's any other suggestions. But yeah, think about whether or not you want me to start a new Stardew Valley series. I am committed to continuing Stardew Valley. I'm not going to stop with when my Minecraft starts. I am going to make sure that I keep putting out Stardew Valley content. It's just whether or not I continue with year 2 or I start another series. But I think if I was to start another series, I'd like to try things slightly differently. I'm not quite sure exactly how I would do things differently just yet, and I'm very much open to suggestions here. I have had a look at a few mods, for instance, to see if there's a modding sort of system, but most of the mods that I've seen are more to do with skins or some user interface changes or some extra late game items, and that's not really going to help in year 1. So there's nothing like, take Minecraft for example, like my Sky Factory series. The Sky Factory mod fundamentally changes, you know, the way you approach the game. Whereas I haven't really been able to find anything on Stardew Valley that sort of tests me in a different way or something like that. Anyway, we don't need these fish, so we're just going to sell them. We might as well sell that. We'll sell all these. I'm just going to sell the rubbish. I don't care about clay right now. And we're just going to clean this up. I'm going to keep this leek because we need to give a leek to George, I believe. I'm just going to sell that as well for one of the quests that we've got. So we've got to keep that. But we will put the rabbit's feet away. So we've got plenty of rabbit's feet. And I should probably cook some more iron. Okay, say goodnight to our dog, and I think that'll probably do. Okay, so how much gold did we get in the end? That's not too bad, bit over 8,000, that's not too bad at all. Anyway, that'll do for this episode, guys. Once again, I'm very interested in comments. Otherwise, I'm just going to probably continue on this series if I don't hear anything. But other than that, thanks for watching this episode. I do appreciate it. Please remember to leave a like and a comment if you've enjoyed the episode. But other than that, guys, I will see you all in the next episode. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.